The weather's been getting colder. I bet you've been warming up your cars before you head off to work and school. We're so happy this morning to have Richmond Blackwell on the show with Blackwell Automotive. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Here's what I love about you, Richmond. I knew when you were walking up the parking lot today, I thought, you watch, he'll have something about cars, but he's going to have Nancy's Creations, jams and jellies, and sure enough, you did. You brought them.
Yeah, we have a customer of ours. We've been doing this for about 5 years. She makes all these homemade throughout the year, and then she brings a carload to us. We start selling them in early November, and then we usually run out close to the end of the year. And so, and she does it to raise money for her church's daycare.
I say this every time you're on the show, but I guess it's because I mean it. Walking into your store, and he's over there at the Eastgate Loop, it's like a throwback to Mayberry or something. I mean, you're just this little oasis that people don't expect to see. It's nostalgia central when you come into the automotive shop.
Well, thank you. Yeah, to us, it's more about the customer than it is about the car. So we try to make the customer experience, you know, as good as we can get it.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll talk about the cars.
Okay.
Then we'll talk about the customer experience.
Okay.
You brought, what is that you brought with you?
This is just windshield washer fluid, which it's pretty generic. You can get it at most of the hardware, most of the auto parts stores.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing to know about it is if you're getting your car ready for winter, you want to make sure, I don't know if you can see right here, it says -20 on there. That's
Mm-hmm.
the freezing point of it. A lot of these that you'll get, especially if you look for the cheapest one, is basically just blue water. And so if we get a couple of really cold days in a row this winter, if it's just water in
It'll
there,
freeze.
it'll freeze and it'll bust the tank, and that may be a $200 or $300 repair.
Gotcha.
And so, especially with people not driving as much, they may put the summer stuff in during the summer, but some of our customers only come in once a year now because of all the COVID stuff.
Right.
And so they need to make sure that they've got this kind in there. And it doesn't matter about the brand, it just has enough alcohol in it to keep it from freezing.
Does the cold weather affect our batteries differently too?
It does. The colder the car is, the harder it is to turn over the motor. And so if you have a battery that's borderline, you may want to get it checked, you know, before the cold snap. And I know this weekend it's going to start getting a lot colder.
Right.
And so it'd be good to get it checked out. You know, you can bring it by and we can check it, or go to your regular mechanic and they can check it.
What about air pressure in your tires? That's also going to fluctuate, right?
It is. It's going to drop. And the lower the profile of the tires, the less air is in there.
What does that mean, the lower the profile?
How skinny it is between the rim and the ground.
In other words, if your tires are older?
Or not necessarily, but if it's like a sporty kind of a tire where the tire is real small, it doesn't have as much air volume in there.
Okay.
So if you have an SUV or a big truck, it's not going to fluctuate as much as it will if you have like a sedan or a car that's got the smaller profile
So
tires.
what happens if you're leaving your house in the morning and your car's been outside? If you live in an apartment or something, you know, you don't have a garage, that air pressure in the tire has dropped, but then we have nice days where the weather warms up. Will it come back up again?
It does, and then it'll raise probably 5 pounds per square inch when you drive. They'll kind of warm up.
Okay.
But if they're a little bit borderline, you may see that light on in the morning and then it goes off by the afternoon. But still, if it's coming on at all, it's got a little less pressure than it needs.
Okay.
And so you can swing by and we can top them off, or just go to your regular mechanic, or you can go to the gas stations where you pay the 50 cents or whatever to top them off. But those gauges are not real accurate. And then also, if you don't know how much tire pressure to put in your car, if you open your driver's door, there's some stickers that are in the door jambs there, and it'll tell you, because some cars, it'll want different pressure from the front and the back tires. And so you may have the light on and think you have the right amount, but you may need more in the rear than you do in the front.
Okay, so you can go to the gas station and you can turn that little thing on your own in the freezing cold. That's fine if you want to do that, but you can go to Richmond's store, and while you're in there, you can sit in his comfy, customer service friendly lobby and get some of Miss Nancy's creations.
Yeah.
Now, you brought some for me to try today. Do you have a favorite flavor before I dig in?
Well, she's got this one that's called Christmas Jam, and it's a mixture of cranberry and strawberry and cherry. And what's crazy about it is she doesn't have just 5 flavors. This year, she told me she only did 45 different flavors. And so only 45. So she's got some really neat things I've never heard of, like this one here has raspberry and guava and something called yuza, which I've never heard of. So, and this one that you just tried is that Christmas one that has the cranberry, strawberry, and cherry mix.
That's really good. And you can taste the cherry in it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
sometimes the strawberry will kind of overpower,
Uh-huh.
but this one, you really can taste all three.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she does a good mix, so it doesn't just overwhelm, because a lot of hers are strawberry based, and you can taste the strawberry, but you can still taste the other flavors coming out.
So she's doing these year round. It's just that at
Uh-huh.
Christmas time it tends to be a bigger seller. Is
Oh,
that right?
yeah, she makes them all year, and every once in a while she may go to one of the markets, the local markets, and sell them, but she stockpiles them for us, so we'll have them there at Christmas to sell.
I don't want to forget about your windows. Bring your kids when you go because he decorates the windows. This year you've got a Charlie Brown theme on one
We do.
side, right?
Yeah, we have a lady, Shelby Vandergriff, that comes and paints them, and I know this is a little early to get started on Christmas things, but she gets kind of booked up early, and so we have to get them painted early to make sure we can get them done.
It is never too early to get started on Christmas things, Richmond. Thank you, and thank you for letting me finally have a chance to try Nancy's creations.
Oh, well, thank you. And then if anybody wants any, we've got them at the shop through the end of December, and they're $5 each. So if you want something unique that you can't find, that people won't be able to go to the store and find, just come by, and we have a shelf full there. So
The whole store is unique. You'll find in Blackwell Automotive right there at the Eastgate Loop, the website and phone number there on your screen as well. The perfect place to get your car serviced. Thank you.
thank you for having me.